And hi out there, everybody. It is Mr. Kowalski, and I'm back here with you guys again this week to provide you guys with your fourth grade music lesson. I hope that you have stayed happy and healthy. I hope that you got a chance to enjoy your winter break and your Christmas break. For those of you who have already got a chance to have that and sitting back and watching this as we start our brand new year of 2021 in January. So it is good to see you guys and have you guys with us today. Now, if you think all the way back to the last time that we had music class, the last time that we had class together, we got a chance to talk a little bit about this guy and a little bit about this. Right, we got a chance to talk about the story of the Nutcracker, and you might remember that story of the Nutcracker, where this guy here, right, kind of creepy little thing that nightmares are made out of. Okay, but he's really not all that bad. So the last time we got a chance to have music class, we got a chance to talk about the story of the Nutcracker, a very famous story that's been around for a really, really, really long time. And we talked about the story of the Nutcracker, so just in case those of you who missed it or maybe didn't get a chance to see that video, we will try to do the fastest ever review of the story of the Nutcracker. So it starts out at a Christmas party with a little girl named Clara, right here, and she gets a gift of a Nutcracker doll. But during the course of the party, her little brother Fritz gets jealous and breaks the Nutcracker. So she takes all the pieces and puts it on the couch. And later that night, she comes downstairs and falls asleep on the couch next to it. Well, when she wakes up, she watches the Nutcracker, who is now full grown, and the toy soldiers that her brother Fritz has, and the cookies, the gingerbread cookies from the plate, get up and start to fight against this army of mice that have come out from underneath the Christmas tree. And through the course of the battle, Clara saves the Nutcracker's life by throwing her slipper at the head of the Mouse King and knocking him out cold. We'll come to find out that he wasn't just a Nutcracker. He was a young, handsome prince who had been turned into a Nutcracker by a magic spell. And when Clara saved his life, she broke the spell and turned him back into a prince again. Yeah, right here you see, remember in the story right here is where she turned him back into a prince when she saved his life and threw her slipper at the Mouse King's head. So as their reward for saving his life, Clara was invited to go to the land of sweets with the prince. And when they got there, they were greeted by fairies and all kinds of people who lived in the land of sweets. There was the sugar plum fairy wearing her cotton candy dress. And they had a big celebration with lots of dancers from all around the world. Dancers wearing Spanish costumes, dancers wearing Chinese costumes, dancers dressed like gypsies, dancers wearing bright red, shiny Russian outfits. They even had Mother Goose and all of Mother Goose's characters come out and dance across the stage. Dancers was dressed like flowers all along the way, too. And then Clara closed her eyes, and when she woke up again, she was back in her house, hugging her Nutcracker doll again. Right. And some people thought, well, maybe it was just a dream. But when she looked, the Nutcracker was fixed. Ooh. So we said that was a great story that's been around for a long time, and that was just a real quick summary of that story. Well, like we also said the last time we had music class, that story was originally written to be told not as a book, not as a movie, or not as a TV show, but as a ballet in the form of a ballet. So when we talk about ballet, we mentioned the last time that ballet means it's a style of dancing where dancers wear costumes, pretend to be characters, and they dance their way through a story. They tell a story by dancing. Now, it's not like opera. Remember we talked about opera before with William Tell? Opera is where they tell a story by singing all of their parts. Well, in ballet, there's no singing. It's just dancing. So they dance their way through the story and act out the story through dancing. We got a chance to look at some of those pictures from that last time. Well, the Nutcracker music is some of the most famous music around. There's all kinds of very, very familiar tunes. Like I said last time, maybe when you hear them, you'll say, wait a minute, I heard that on a TV show. I heard that in a movie. I heard that in a commercial, right? A lot of times their music is used in a lot of different things. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at one of the dances that comes out of the Nutcracker, and we are going to get a chance to listen to the music that is the Russian dance. Or Russian dance, the actual formal name, the fancy name of the Russian dance is called Trepak. Trepak. I know it's a weird thing to spell, but it's a Russian word, and this is the Russian dance from the Nutcracker. But before we get into that Russian dance, we got to take a look at the theme, the rhythm, what we got to find in this Russian dance music. And it's going to start just like this. Boop. Right there it is. Awesome. Now, these we've seen before. T, 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 right? We've seen all those. Let me get that arrow out of the way. We've seen T, T, and T, T, and T, T before all over the place. But here's that new one we've been looking at this year. Number 10 in the bed, and from the William Tell Orchard, T, Teary. T-teary. Remember the T-teary has the double line right here on this side. So T-teary. Then it goes into T-T, T-T, and T-T. Now these are easy. We already know those. This is that new one we've got. So, and you start at the beginning of this one with me and say T-teary, T-T, T-T, T-T. Try that super easy with me. Ready, set, here we go. T-teary, T-T, T-T, T-T. Now, even if you whisper it right there at your computer, that's okay. It doesn't have to be loud. We don't want everybody else in the house to wonder what you're doing when you're saying these weird things, right? So you can just whisper it right there, but make sure you're practicing that T-teary part. Ready? Listen to it again. It goes T-teary, T-T-T-T-T. Try that one more time with me. Ready, set, here we go. T-teary, T-T-T-T-T. Yeah, make sure you get that fast teary in there. T-teary, T-T-T-T-T. Now that's the first part. The second part looks like this. Now you can see it's almost exactly the same, but the bottom one has a ta at the end instead of a TT. So if I put that one down here, when we do this one, it's going to go T-teary, T-T-T-T-ta. And it's going to stop right there on that ta. So let's do this one. Ready? Try it. Here we go. T-teary, T-T-T-T-ta. Do that again. Ready? Here we go. T-teary, T-T-T-T-ta. Awesome. One more time. I think we'll have it. Ready? Go. T-teary, T-T-T-T-ta. Ooh, excellent. Fantastic. Now here's what I'm going to do. I am going to put those down. I am going to make my face smaller. I know. Sorry about that. I'm going to make it a little tiny. Oh, look at me. I'm way down there in the corner. Awesome. Because when we have me down there in the corner, then you can see this. Now all I'm going to do is take those two cards that we had right there, and I'm going to put them up here on the screen for us. Right here it says Tripak, which is the Russian dance from the Nutcracker. Right, that's what it says right there. And here's that same rhythm we just practiced. Here's the first one, and then here's the second one. Take a look at it again. It goes T-teary, T-T-T-T-T-T. There's the first one. And the second one, T-teary, T-T-T-T-ta. Yeah, and there's the second one right there too. So now the challenge is, let me change it over to the little hand there I can grab up stuff with. So now the challenge is, can you put both of those phrases together? Can you start right here and go all the way across the whole page without stopping? So it's going to go like this. T-teary, T-T-T-T-T-T, T-teary, T-T-T-T-ta. Can you follow the hand to do that with me? All right, don't get tricked up on it. Let's try it again. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. T-teary, T-T-T-T-T-T, T-teary, T-T-T-T-ta. How'd you do? Did you get it? Yeah, awesome. Now, how about did anybody get like somewhere here in the middle and start going T T T T yeah, but yeah, if you get stuck in there in the middle, that's all right. That's why we practice stuff. So let's go back and let's practice it again. Let's do that T teary again. Again, follow the little hand. The red dot's a little slower, so you might want to follow the bouncing hand. Ready, set, here we go. T teary, T T T T T T T teary, T T T T ta. Awesome, not bad. Now, if I take away the little bouncing hand, can you still go all the way across? Let's try it without the bouncing hand. 1, 2, ready, go. T, teary, T, 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 teary, T, 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 ta. Nice, nice job. Now, here comes the thing. Whenever you get good at doing something, I got to make it a little bit harder. I got to make it a little bit trickier. So now that you can say that part without the bouncing hand following along, can you also clap that part like this? T, teary, T, 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 teary, T, 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 ta. Let's try it. 1, 2, ready, and everybody, here we go. T, teary, T, 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 teary, T, 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 ta. Awesome, fantastic. Now I'm using both my hands to clap, which means I can't move the bouncing hand along the way to follow along, so you got to know without following the bouncing hand. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. T, teary, T, 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 teary, T, 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 ta. Ooh, excellent. How about a little faster? Let's try it a little faster. 1, 2, ready, go. T, teary, T, 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 teary, T, 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 ta. Not bad, everybody. Let's try it again, but this time let's go a little bit faster. 1 and a 2 and a ready, set. Here we go. T, teary, T, 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 teary, T, 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 ta. Pretty good. Let's go faster. 1 and 2 and ready, go. T, teary, T, 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 ta. Little faster. Very good. Let's try it again. Ready? Here we go. T, 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 ta. Little faster. Ready, everybody. And here we go. T, 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 ta. Little faster. Ready, go. T, 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 T. That's too fast. We're not going to go that fast. If we slow it down a little bit more, then we'll go tee tiri tee 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 tiri tee 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 ta. Try it like that. One more time. Ready, go. Tee tiri tee 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 tiri tee 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 ta. Awesome job, everybody. Fantastic. Now, that is the little tune. That is the melody. That's the part that we are going to have to find when we listen to this Russian dance music. Now, I'm going to give you a little hint. You're going to hear that tune, tee tiri tee 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 tee. You're going to hear that played by the violins. Okay, they're not going to be people saying tee tiri tee 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 tee, right? You're going to hear that part played by the violins, and it is going to be fast. So I don't want you to get lost in it. But when you hear it, you're probably going to go, oh yeah, I've heard that somewhere before. I heard it on a TV show or something like that. Ready? So as you listen to the Russian dance from the Nutcracker, see if you can find the tee tiri tee 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 tiri tee 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 ta rhythm played by those violins. Ready? Get those ears ready. Let's listen together. Here it comes. I've heard this before. Did you hear the violin part? Listen. There it was. Here it comes again. There it was. Did you hear it? Now I told you it's going to go really, really fast. Right? It's really, really fast. It's super, super fast in it every time we hear it. But it's in there, and it's easy to hear it on those violins. And it happens right away at the very, very beginning. So now that we found it, now we know what to listen for. Now we say, oh yeah, I heard that before on a commercial or TV show or something like that. Whatever there's usually something fast and exciting happening because there's a very fast, fun, exciting dance from the Nutcracker. So that music comes in and it plays. So here's what we're going to do. This time, I'm not going to stop the music. This time, I'm going to let it keep on playing all the way through. Your job is whenever you hear that little tune there, that to try to keep up with it and try to clap it every single time that happens. Ready? So get those clapping hands ready. We're gonna get ready for that t. Now I'm gonna give you a hint. It's gonna happen right at the very, very beginning. So be ready. Let's see how many times we hear it all together. Ready? Get those clapping hands ready. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here it comes. There's one time. Here's again. Are you out there clapping it? Because there's 2. Try again. You got some rests in there. Awesome, ready? Oh, this isn't the same. This is different. You tricked me. All right, see if you can find out what comes back there. We've already heard it 4 times. There it was again. Philo. There it was again. Well, that's it. That's it. It's done. It takes like 1 minute to do that whole piece of music. That's it. The Russian dance is super fast. It's over in 1 minute. But we heard it 6 times when we heard that little tune. Right? We heard it 6 times in there. Now, when we hear it though, we don't just keep hearing the same thing over and over and over again. There's always something in between, right? And like I said, there are some rests in there. There's some chances for us to kind of catch our breath for a second. So it actually has 8 rests after we hear that tune. So the whole thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? There's our 8. And then there's this 2 dots and 2 lines. Anybody have to remember what that tells us to do? We talked about it when we did Pick a Little, Talk a Little. We've talked about it in years past. Anybody remember what the 2 dots and the 2 lines means? Right. If you said repeat, you're correct. Good job. That is a repeat sign, right? So we do this whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we repeat it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there it was again. So yeah, so we do that. Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call that whole thing. I'm gonna change this to red because I like red. Ready? We're gonna call this whole part with the repeat and everything in there. We're gonna call that part A. in the music. Okay, sorry, it's kind of sloppy. I got to draw it with the mouse, but the sloppy is what it is. So we're going to call that part A. So now we're going to go back through it, and now every time we get through that part A part, I want you to clap along with that part too. Now, I know that to count these numbers on the bottom is tough. I know you're only in the 4th grade, and I know counting all the way up to 8 is a bit of a challenge for you out there. But don't worry, I'm going to have the numbers here for you, just in case you get lost and can't count to 8 by yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to leave those up there for you. So every time we hear that repeated part, that's going to be our part A. So when we get to part A, I want you to clap that part A, but don't get tricked by that middle part. Got it? Because what's actually going to happen in the music is we are going to have a part A that comes over and does that whole thing with the repeat, and then they're going to come back and they're going to do part A again. And at the end of the music, they're going to have another part A, right? But remember in that middle part, there was that middle part that sounded like it was going to be, but it wasn't. It kind of tricked us, right? It wasn't the same thing. So since it wasn't the same thing, we're going to call that part, yeah, you guys probably already know what it's going to be. Yeah, that's going to be called part B. So we have part A, which is this red part up here in the circle. Part B is something different. Part B is different. It's not the same thing. Then A comes back again. And then they actually get, like at the end of part A, they actually kind of trick us up again. Ready? When it gets to part A again, in the repeat down here at the end, the second part, it goes A, B, and then A. At the end, they do something a little special. They do something a little extra. And this is something new for us. This is called a coda. Maybe you haven't heard that word before. Coda is an Italian word, and coda in English means tail, right? And that means that at the end of the piece, after that A comes in, there's another little piece that comes on right at the very end. It's not really a whole nother section. We don't call it A again. We don't call it C or B. It's just a little fancy ending part that goes on, but that's the ending part, is that coda there. The coda gets faster and bouncier all the way up to the end. So we have A, then B, and then A, and then comes in that coda. Now, I know that clapping, I know that part gets kind of hard and kind of fast, so let's try this instead. When it gets to part A, instead of clapping it, I want you to tap it on your knees. Tapping it on your knees is going to make it a little bit faster. So we're going to go. You can do it a little faster on your knees. So back your chair up a little bit or whatever if you need to get a little bit farther away from your computer, and just try tapping it on your knees like that. Just try it. Let's try it again. Let's try the T, 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 T. Just listen to it one time when I do it. Ready? It goes like this. You hear it in there? And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's where those rests come in there too at the end. So that's what we're gonna do on part A. T, 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 T. So let's try that together. Ready? Oh, you said what about B? Well, what about B? B's not the same thing. B's different, right? B is a different part. So when it gets to part B, here's what we're going to do on part B. When it gets to part B, you need to do a funny freeze. You need to do some kind of freeze right there in your chair, at your desk, at your computer, whatever it is, you need to do some kind of a funny freeze. And you have to hold it. You have to hold that funny freeze all the way through part B until it gets back to part A again. Got it? So A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on our part A's. But on our B's, you have to do your funny freeze, and you gotta hold it. Ready? Let's try the whole thing. Ready? It's gonna be fast. Get ready to keep up. Ready? 1, 2, here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're gonna go back and do A again. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes B. Freeze! Hold it! You gotta hold your freeze! Don't move! Wait for A! Here it comes! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's the coda. They do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? And there's the fun, fancy ending out. You get to that coda, they just keep going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it goes faster and faster and faster all the way through the end. So that Russian dance there has that A, and there's that B part that comes in where we do that funny freeze, and then that A with the coda on the end. So now we only got a couple of minutes left. Here's what I want to do with the last couple of minutes, if that's all right with your teachers, to get a chance to see this. What I want to get a chance to do, hey, look, there I am again. I want to get a chance to let you guys see an actual performance of the Russian dance done by one of the thousands and thousands of ballet companies that's around. So don't get freaked out when I say ballet and be like, "Ooh, ballet." No, it's going to be pretty awesome. But you'll get a chance to hear the same music that we just did, as we get a chance to see this video of this really cool dance Russian ballet group doing the Russian dance. So let's check it out. I'm going to see if I can move myself down here, see if I can put that in there. See if I can pause that to make it get. Now I'm going to see if I make it get bigger. There it is, and hopefully it'll still work. Ready? Here it comes. Let's check it out. Here we go. They're doing those Russian style dances that they added to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Part B. Now this is where we had to freeze, but they have other dancers that come in. There it is. A is gonna come back. Here comes A again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Coda. Awesome, and there it was there in that big freeze right there. Now they go back, they do part A again and add some more dances and stuff like that to it as well. But it's a really, really cool way to get a chance to see some actual performers get a chance to do the Russian dance from the Nutcracker. So I'm going to come over here and turn that off. There's our Russian dance stuff coming back there again. So our time is up, guys. You guys were awesome today. It's time for me to get ready to go and wrap things up, but you guys did a fantastic job with the Russian dance from the Nutcracker. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. All right, have a great rest of the day. Work hard for your teachers. Get that Schoology work done, and I will see you guys again next week when it's time for us to have music class again. So I'll see you guys again. Bye.